1987 to 2000, a long portion of your career was spent at Edgbaston. Just give us a flavour on how much you enjoy this place and how special it is to be back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can remember the day when Mr. David Brown walked into our change room in Port Elizabeth with Ali Bakr and asked me straight up whether I was keen to come to Edgbaston. I knew nothing about Edgbaston. Would I be keen to come and play some county cricket? And I never hesitated for 1 second. And whenever I've come here, it's been I just think from day one, the bond between me and the club and the friends that have been sort of established over here for so many years has been unbelievable. And that's why I love coming back here. And I think what the club's done for me and the successes that we've had together as a group back in the mid 90s was just fantastic. And to be back here, it doesn't matter now seeing this great big stand and stuff like that. It's just an awesome place.
We've seen you on the TV. You've got all the highlights. Such a bold character, white lining, running in, born in Atherton. But what were you like when you was a young boy when you found out you were coming to Warwickshire?
Fact that I couldn't speak very good English. I was ecstatic to be able to wear the bear on my chest, and I think even more so when Andy Lloyd handed me my club my first team cap and or being capped was a great feeling. And but yeah, I mean, as I said, it's just a very special place to be here. And having the opportunity to have been coached here as well, with Ashley, and spending 2 years here in 08, 09, and being part of the Bear squad. So yeah, very, very great memories.
And do you class it a home away from home?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I married my wife from here. It's been this is definitely home, my second home. Great place to come, and so yeah, I always treasure coming back here.
A large part of it was down to you and your bowling, but you were part of a very successful Warwickshire team. The 90s was a very, very good era for us. What sort of memories stick out from that time?
Well, I think in '94, not being part of it and playing for South Africa during that time was keeping an eye on not only doing your job for South Africa, but what's going on and successes Warwickshire had in '94, winning 3 trophies. Watching Lara smashing attacks to all parts. I was here that day when he reached his 501th run against Durham, and it was a little bit sort of sitting one side and watching it, not being part of it was quite hard. But then in '95, having the chance to be part of that team and also narrowly missing out on the third one, would have been the most, I think, 2 of the best seasons ever. But being part of those 2 years was incredibly special, and the successes that had, and I think a lot of success. You got to go to Bob Woolmer and how he got this team when he first started here, and how he got this team thinking differently. I think was a great testament to what he has achieved as a coach.
How much do you think your experience, especially in the early days at Warwickshire, helped you later on in your career?
This was the best learning ground for me for getting myself ready for international cricket. There's no question that having spent 6 years first and South Africa being out of isolation or in isolation was the best training ground for me to learn my cricket against some of the very best overseas players that I could only dream about or watching them on telly back home. And so having played against them, and when South Africa got back into international cricket in '92, I really wasn't scared of the environment. I think this was the preparation for me was done here. So I'm grateful for that.
Once a bear, always a bear is a motto. The members like to say it, the players like to say it. A, do you still feel that now? And B, how much do you stay in touch with the club? Do you still follow results and all that sort of stuff?
I follow the club religiously. So, I just think that I could never stop following the club, and I'm always curious to know what happens. That's why I've been the last couple of days sitting here watching a bit of cricket. So yeah, I'd never stop being not interested in what goes on here. It's a very special place.